Well, hello everybody and welcome back to the channel, friends. It's time for some Saturday morning React-TOONS featuring Robotech, specifically episode 53, The Hunters. Nothing to it but to do it, friends. Before we get started, if you could do me a huge favor and hit that like button, smash that subscribe, ring that bell for notifications. It greatly helps out a small channel and it allows me to alert you next time we go live with Saturday morning React-TOONS or any of our sci-fi fare. And of course, if there's anything that we do, Robotech included, that you would like early or in its full-length format, the link to our Patreon is in the description, my friends. But all that is then, this is now, and now it's time to watch episode 53 of Robotech, The Hunters. Prepare to engage maximum warp reaction. And away we go! Fanfare. Playing around with it. Using the whole stage is what they call. Oh my god. The 50th one, I realized after I was done recording the 50th, I couldn't record anymore because I had done something interesting to my voice, which is not used to doing anything in tune ever, and it never has and it never will. But the fanfares, especially the ones with gusto, claim it for a period of time, much like Ursula did to Ariel in The Little Mermaid. That's a tough guy reference, isn't it? That's a dad of a daughter's reference is what that is. Speaking about dads of daughters, I think Max would be proud as hell of Dana, man. I was thinking about that the other day, and it just would be so cool. Dana's kicking ass, taking names, and the 15th, the beloved 15th, leading the way. Greatest group in Robotech. I will be taking no questions at this time.
The Robotech Master's main problem in recovering the last known supply of protoculture has been restricted to a constant battle with the Army of the Southern Cross.
Is it really a battle? If you want to call it a battle, I call it an ass-kicking.
An Invid sensor nebula. With the appearance of this migrant gaseous cloud that scans the universe in search of protoculture.
Oh, wow. First mention of, like, in-game Invid. Nice. Or in-series Invid.
And Defense Plan A is complete.
Good. Tell them to stand by in first alert position.
Yes, sir. Attention spacecraft force and all...
I'm actually glad Emerson's up there.
Wow! This is fun!
Well, if you're playing a game, you get it honestly.
Not bad.
Not bad. Well, why don't we bet a chocolate bar on that? Be my guest.
Let's make that 2 chocolate bars. It's a game I made myself.
Louis said I hacked this shit.
I'll teach you to tangle with Louis the Invincible. Here we go! What?
Jesus, Louis.
Come on, Louie, give up!
Blam! 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 Ah!
Damn, Louis.
I don't understand. It was perfect before. What's wrong?
I won. You lost the bet.
Dana hacked it.
You may have programmed the game, Louie, but you'll be beaten every time unless you aim at the bullseye.
What do you think I'm hitting?
Let's not give Louis too much shit here.
Bye.
What's keeping you out so late these days?
You know how it is. I'm just playing piano.
He is not.
It's the single life. That's what he's running from.
No. The problem is he's still a kid.
He's beginning to talk like an officer.
Sean, don't you get smart with me! Ouch! Oh!
Sean's like, F that officer stuff. I couldn't have any fun. They can't bust me any lower.
Earth Defense Corps and all flagships. Stand by in second alert position until further orders are given.
Oh my god. You gotta punch through and you're gonna have like 50% casualties again.
Do their movements indicate an attack?
The monitors indicate no sign of attack. Their movements are strictly routine.
Fly right past them.
What is our current altitude?
38,000 kilometers. We are 2,000 kilometers from escaping the edge of the nebula.
Yeah, just go past them. If they're not gonna fight.
Ah, we passed it!
Stand by in the third alert position, but keep your eyes on that Robotech ship.
Nice job, Emerson. Thank God you're up there, bro.
They must be relieved to have passed our zone without confrontation. Prepare to destroy them.
Oh shit, well, never mind.
Come on, Louie. You can't beat a born warrior like me. Not even with all your technological tricks.
You think so, huh?
Louis switching the glasses up. I mean, is he
Haven't missed
cheating?
one Bioroid at all.
I mean, I'm down it. The Kobayashi Maru it. Go ahead.
The glasses pick up the movements of my pupils and respond with impulses which program the memory in the cartridge.
Could we use those in the tanks?
I call it Nickel's Special Vision Track Firing System, abbreviated VTFS, or if you prefer, the Pupil Pistol.
Excuse me.
Pupil pistol? I love that.
You're in the LPHA Tactical Armored Corps, aren't you? Who's your commander?
Louis should be in R&D.
We'll help you upgrade your device. Our staff will be at your complete disposal.
But why?
Because what you made's awesome, Louis.
Your device will play a crucial role in our simulation training. I'll meet you in my office tomorrow at 1300 hours. I'm looking forward to it.
I mean, this is a long time coming. Louis is a great tank pilot, but come on, dude.
That was good work.
Yes.
Guy's taking a victory lap for recognizing genius. All right.
Retract main gun machinery and prepare for gradual descent onto moon-base Luna.
God, are we going to lose Emerson? Oh, that would suck.
I'd like to discuss the strategy we'll use on moon-base Luna. Come to my office.
Right.
What?
Captain, here they come. Or General. Here they come.
They have us surrounded, sir.
Enter into first stage alert. We could be in for trouble.
Could be?
All right. Proceed to the starboard approximately 30 degrees at full speed. We're going to break through the enemy's barricade.
Thank God Emerson at least has tactics instead of just throw more men at him. How could we possibly fail? Notice Leonard's not up here.
All Cosmic Tactical Battalions attack! Let's move out! This is not a drill!
I mean, I'm not sure you need to say that, but... Jesus.
It's now or never, gang. Attack with everything you've got.
Oh, Marie's up there. I thought she was still... Oh, no, she came back to Earth, didn't she? She's not, wasn't on Luna. Nice.
All ships change into Cosmo attack configuration.
I'm assuming, too, whenever you transform into mech mode, like, you've got a different move set, like you're not flying the same way. That would definitely mess them up.
They must be working day and night without any sleep. How do they do it? And why? I'm not positive Major Cromwell wants the device merely for simulation training.
I'm putting them in the mechs, man.
Listen, Louis, you're not much better than I am, you know.
Ah, but you see, Lieutenant, I just like machines. Machines can be made to do anything that humans can't do.
You're not going to be better at this than Louis, Dana.
Thereby creating an ideal society.
Well, what do you know? You're such a romantic.
Really?
Final check is okay.
Now what?
Now we begin the ultimate test.
Let me do it, Louis.
Sure, this one won't let you make a mistake.
Louis, you're such a mechmanic.
The possibility of missing the Bioroid the first time is approximately 8%, but if you do, 2 shots will be fired simultaneously right after.
We could use that up in space right now.
We're at Lagrange Point 6, approximately 20,000 kilometers from Mars. Orbital time is 2,300 hours and 30 minutes.
Now what?
You're all the way to Mars?
We'll try to blast them into the afterworld forever with a molecular vacuum.
Oh, wait! Even if we do blast the enemy into the black hole, we might be sucked in right along with them.
You gotta take the hit for Earth.
Stand by for the warp blast. Start countdown immediately.
Dear God. Hell of a gambit. Man, I'd love to see Marie's stats. How many she splashed. Because she is kicking Max Sterling levels of ass up there.
The Bioroids in sectors D2 and D3 aren't moving. Lead them in with a rear attack.
Jeez. God almighty.
We have less than 5 minutes left.
Bioroids in position 70%.
Nice. You want to get those capital ships. You don't want to just get the Bioroids. Nice job, Marie.
Amos, are you all right? What's happening?
Come on!
This Amos is not that guy. I'll see myself out.
5, 4, 3.
It's almost like a space fold. Woo!
Chief Emerson?
Wow. Holy shit.
Commander, what happened to our mothership?
Don't worry, it'll be back.
It'll be back? Was Emerson's ship taken? Oh, the field expanded. She's back. Wow. They're all like stark raving mad. They've seen like the other side of the Cthulhu dimension. They're like, ah, we've been there for 10 years.
That's just great. You've both worked very hard. You are to be commended.
Yeah, how about with a job and a promotion?
You can be sure we'll only use the pupil pistol for its designed purpose.
The pupil pistol. Bullshit. You're going to use it for everything.
Gentlemen, our plan of invading the enemy battleship with the help of moon-based Luna must remain a priority mission.
Oh, boy.
The 15th Armored Tactical Space Corps is going to invade the alien battleship the day after tomorrow.
Dear God. Oh, my God, they're sending them in.
But they're totally different machines.
Wow, these babies could give fighting a whole new thrill. Great.
Yeah, and this time I'll be able to keep an eye on Marie.
How have the computer programs been changed for the mission?
It's my computer program.
It can't be.
It's the pupil pistol.
This battle will be one of the greatest missions of all time. I'll prove to General Emerson what a brave officer I am.
I didn't know. They told me it was for simulation training.
Louis, this could keep us alive here.
Hey!
Stand back. This system wasn't designed for murder, and I won't let it be used for murder.
Oh, Louis.
I'll be aboard this hover tank. Some of my friends might die. I don't want any more deaths, but the new machine is our best hope.
Yeah, it's us or them at this point. Angie's like, why am I here? He's like a babysitter.
That's a lie.
Louis, wait!
He doesn't understand.
He just thinks he's going to be directly responsible for deaths.
How can I make it clear to you? I guess I'll never be able to.
Well, the first thing you could do, Dana, is stick with an opinion and see it tip to tail. There was a distinct pivot in the middle there.
Mass production of the new armored bioroid fighter is complete.
Oh, dear God.
The humans' battloids will be totally worthless against the awesome power of the Invid fighter. And finally, the protoculture will be within our grasp.
Oh, it's a specific fighter designed for the Invid. All right, everybody, we just got done watching the 53rd episode of Robotech, The Hunters, and the only thing left to do is talk about it. All right, everybody, we just got done watching episode 53 of Robotech, the Master Saga, this one called The Hunters. I thought this was a good one. Again, we've been talking about it the entire time, basically. As soon as, like, Louis' skill set was revealed, you know, the question went out. At least, I mean, I asked it from the beginning. It seemed like a typical military response to something. He's showing a fine aptitude for, you know, weapon development or computer integration or development or whatever. Let's keep him in the tank. It's like, hey, thanks for those very necessary and out-of-the-box thinking with these specific tech issues, but back to your tank, you know? So now he had a chance to really flex his real skill set, which was creation, especially with this computer design, and it backfired. I mean, I completely understand Louis' reaction to this in a sense because, you know, Louis, while also being a designer, you know, I mean, a developer of this system and this software, he's also a fighter. I mean, he's been out there on the front lines. He's been with the 15th. He's been in the muck and the mire in his tank. He knows he's lost people. You know, he knows that this is something that needs to be... You know, there's a balance here. There's a real balance. And I can understand him thinking, oh my God, I'm going to be directly responsible for the deaths of any of these captured humans inside the bioroids. And again, you know, I mean, that is a sentiment that we need to kind of really look at for Louis' character. Whether he's right or not, or whether we agree or not, maybe is the better way to say it. That's different. But this is an element now, a very strong element of Louis' personality. Maybe more revelatory information about Louis than we've had yet. In fact, I can almost guarantee this is more of a kind of an introspective look into Louis than we've had yet. And I thought it was a really cool response too by the rest of the 15th. They're kind of confused in that, dude, this is going to keep us alive. Sean and Angie and Bowie and everybody and Zor even, they were like, Zor. I mean, Zor made a very good point. I thought it was interesting when he said, this technology, I could lose friends. Are you talking about friends on the other side or friends in the 15? You know what I mean? And so that was a really cool kind of double-edged comment that he made. But it was also interesting because he's the only one in this particular instance that has experience, though he can't fully remember everything, experience on both sides. And so his perspective is the one that Louis should kind of center on, in that, hey, I've got stakes on both sides of this war. I'm willing to continue to fight, even though, I might kill somebody, like Musica, or something. He remembers these people, the flashes of these people. And so again, you can't say, hey, Louis, what you're thinking, feeling, and reacting to in a very visceral manner is wrong. That's not going to work. But hopefully he sees that there is a balance, that there's pros and cons to the maneuver, and that while, yes, he is directly responsible for the integration of this software, being directly responsible for the deaths that could possibly come from the software, that's not him. That's not an order that, his pay grade only goes up so high. And, if he can, the rest of the 15th can kind of make him aware of the fact that, this could help us, but they were going to attack anyway. This was something that was inevitably going to happen. In this respect, it gives our side more of a chance. This fight was coming, whether we had the software or not. Now, we might save a few more of ourselves at the cost of a few more of them. I mean, it's a morality question, and again, it shows a lot about Louis. I think what it really shows about Louis is Louis doesn't have a definition for, good life and bad life. He just has life. It's not like our lives and the lives of the enemy. Louis looks at it like life. And I think that is a very noble way to look at it. In the middle of war, nobility is only going to get you so far, because, at some point you're going to have to be in the muck and the mire and the blood and the guts and things like that. But I really appreciate that about Louis' character. I really do, and I think that it's something. Again, I think it speaks to, he really shouldn't be a soldier. He really, and not that he can't do it. We've seen him be very good in that hover tank, a very capable, a very above average. So he's made it this far. He hasn't died. He has. He's had a couple instances where he's needed help and things like that, but not nearly. I mean, Bowie's the same way, you could say. So. Again, I just think that this shows that he's not the frontline guy that he needs to be. He needs to be in research and development, and for his own, his own principles. This is very difficult for him, and it probably has been very difficult for him ever since they made the connection that inside these bioroids, to their understanding, there are human captives that are being held inside these, and they shooting at the legs and all the different places to kind of avoid the cockpit where the human being is. Again, I think what it does is it shows us that, and again, I the comparisons with Macross are the only things that I can make right now with Robotech. But between Southern Cross and Macross, the legs, the Masters, and the Macross saga, I just think that this one is so much. It's a lot deeper. We're getting into themes now that they really didn't have. If they touched them in Macross, it was briefly. Not to this level, not where we got a really deep introspection about a character, like this, where there's interaction, there's dynamics created. And I love that, man. And I think that, again, it's never me kind of really, stomping on the throat of Macross. I really liked Macross quite a bit. And I think that Macross, in a lot of ways, the editing and the storyboarding that they had to do, Harmony Gold had to do to kind of create Robotech from Macross, they had a lot of growing pains. in that initial kind of series of edits and series of like voice work and how they wanted the dialogue to be portrayed and what they were going to get into that kind of corresponded with the existing animation. And I think they worked through a lot of those struggles, those early birth pangs, basically. And when they get to now Southern Cross, it is a more, it's finer, it's more surgical. They have a really good idea of how they want to develop these characters. And again, I don't know whether or not it's I'm sure this plays a part into it, is that they have the animation available to them from Southern Cross to have these moments, to have these conversations and scenes. I don't know how much was able to really kind of be interpreted in Macross, to give them those same types of things. But I have to think that, you have to give some credit to Harmony Gold here. I think more than just some credit, you have to give a ton of credit to them for integrating the two series so seamlessly. I think it's fantastic what they've done. I've stated that before. But just specifically, this slice of Robotech is more refined. It is a better story. It is better character development. It's better dynamic. It's better tension. It's better. And that's 100% my opinion. I think that I would suspect, and I'm not really sure, let me know. I suspect I'm in the minority if I would come forward and say, oh, I think Southern Cross was better Robotech than Macross. I mean, I'm probably going to get a lot of finger pointing and laughing. But you all know, I really think that they've done an excellent job of telling the story, and the heart of that story that they're telling has and always will be the 15th. The development of those characters is paramount to the success of Southern Cross, and they've done it so well. I mean, we've had episodes now, multiple episodes where we haven't had any real conflict with the 15th. It's like they've been kept on the sidelines. Everything's in the sky. People are just getting absolutely destroyed. And in many ways, it's a kind of a peaceful pocket dimension down on Earth that doesn't see any of this death. It hears about it. It hears about the atrocities that are occurring in space, but it doesn't see it. The fighting is not here. It's not in eyesight. It's not, on the ground, on planet. And so our heroes inside the 15th have literally been spinning their treads here as they wait for their tanks to be delivered. And now we have promise that they are going to be the ones to spearhead the invasion into the master ship. And, we knew that was coming. I mean, the 15th are too valuable an asset. I mean, you spend the money to upgrade their hover tanks for space combat. You spend the money to get them into, or the time, the development to get them back into the fight. The argument really can't be made. I mean, they have been the most successful unit to face the Masters. They've given the Masters the most trouble. This collection of individuals it's the best you've got. You've got to get them in the fight. I can't wait to see it, my friends. If you do me a favor, hit that like button, smash that subscribe, ring that bell for notifications, and you'll be alerted next time we go live with Saturday Morning React-TOONS, Robotech, or any of our sci-fi fare. And of course, if there's anything that we do that you would like early or in its full-length format, the link to our Patreon is in the description. Not a fan of Patreon? Stick with us here on YouTube memberships. You'll get all of our episodes about a day early, plus any bonus episodes that we come up with, which a couple we're cooking for Robotech right now, my friends. But all that is then, and this is now, and now it's time for us to say goodbye. So friends, where do we say goodbye from this, the 53rd episode of Robotech, The Hunters? I say we say goodbye from that moment that we hear we're being deployed. We're members of the 15th. We always have been. We fly hover tanks. We walk shoulder to shoulder with Angie and everybody else. We are there. We are awaiting their orders. It's been some downtime. We've heard about the fight. And now the promise has come down that we too can join arms with our fellow soldiers. Get back in there and see if we can't win this one for Earth. Friends, I got chills waiting for it. Can't wait to see what happens. Vulcan roll, and I'll see you.